Yes.
Hey, hi Chetna, hi
And
Satish, hey Prema.
hi. Hello all and welcome. And one more Sunday, one more talk, one more fortune talks. And here today is an interesting topic. Actually, it's like your thoughts design your destiny. And for the viewers, it's going to be a very interesting discussion because people from varied field are here again and again. I think I would like to introduce each one of them again today. Rajat is an author and an author coach who has written the book called Floating Happiness, and it has been selling crazily in the Amazon. And he is a person who's walked the talk in a sense like he's always a mindful person. Whatever he tells me, I don't need to do meditation. I'll be always in that state of. He would be always telling. So welcome, Rajat, the author and author coach. So
Thank
my
you.
next guest is Mr. Satish Rao, our network marketer, and who is crazy about learning stuff and who is a fitness freak and who is in the verge of building a very brand leaders for his team. And the way he creates his leaders is simply superb. And I think I appreciate the fact that you are so patientful and you are in the. I mean, you have that. Whatever you do with passion. So it's very simply amazing, Satish. I would like to welcome you, and I would want
Thank
you
you.
to throw. I think yeah, today's people are waiting for your secrets or your insights, whatever is there. Like once again, I would like to welcome you. So my next guest is the health educator, the fit. What I can tell, yeah, health educator is the best word I can use for her. I've been repeatedly telling that she is a fighter. She has fought through a health crisis during the last few years, and she always wears a smile, though whatever she goes through. Physically and health wise, all that. So Prema, people are waiting for your secrets and your insights today. So welcome once again to this fortune talks.
Thank you, Chetan.
Okay,
And I like to introduce Chetna as well here, folks. Chetna is our podcaster coach. She has been helping people to find out their niches by doing a lot of experiments like Ikigai, and she has her whole podcast club as well, the Live in Abundance. So thank you, Chetna, for coming over and sharing your thoughts as well in this session.
thank you, Rajat, for introducing. And my first question is to you itself, Rajat. So,
Okay.
Rajat, Rajat, I just wanted to share what is the role of thoughts and words and visualization play when it comes to writing?
Can you repeat the question, Chetna?
What is the role of thoughts? What thoughts when you're writing and the visualization and the words? See, I think I'm just asking three things together: your words, your thoughts, and what you visualize. What are these three things plays a role in writing?
Awesome. Wonderful question, Chetna. This is very good question. So I strongly feel that the role of thoughts, the role of words, the role of visualization play the exact the reason why you need to write and why the writing will actually come out by using these visualization techniques or the words or the thoughts. See, if I talk about all the students who I do have, what are their fears? What are their thoughts? Their thoughts are like, I don't have time. That's why I'm not able to write. Or they come out and say that I don't have money to do a publishing of a book. That's why they don't write. Or I am not good enough. I may not be able to write. These are the thoughts, and thoughts create the energy. Thoughts create the words. If you will be telling that, hey, it I am busy, then you will be busy. Instead, you need to change your words. You need to change your thoughts by saying it's easy. It's not busy. It's easy. It's not that it's impossible. You need to change that words, your thoughts to it's possible. It is possible. Well, Chetna, few years ago, I used to wonder, that I was watching one day the cricket match, and I found Mukesh Ambani sitting over there. the first thought came into my mind that this big industrialist who has been running so many companies, so many businesses, and he has all the time available. He's been watching cricket match with his wife. I mean, if the kind of a person like Mukesh Ambani can sit over there, can enjoy and clap and pat on the cricketers, I mean, imagine what we've been talking that I am busy, really. And I think the vocabulary what Mukesh Ambani use or any of the successful people use is it's easy, it's possible. So I think that's the first thing when I heard your question when you said that what role the thoughts, the words play in the visualization play in writing. Well, to all the people who've been listening over here, they will never be able to write if it's busy, if they are busy, if they are finding it like it's impossible. You need to think on a lines of every successful people. You will never hear these people been saying some of these words, and I think that's something which we need to emulate. Any successful entrepreneurs who take it, any big tycoons running the multiple companies, or they're great in managing the relationships as well. They do charity, they have all the time available, Chetna. So I think what is important is you need to respect time. You need to do things before time and see how great relationship you will have with the time. You need to respect the existence, and existence will never affect you. And how you can respect time, how you can respect existence is by right thoughts, by using the right words, by using that visualization techniques. Say 10 times, I'm perfect in health. Instead, I'm sick, I'm not good in health. Say 10 times that, I am going to write 500 words in a day. Every morning, if you do this visualization technique of telling yourself that I am going to write 500 words in a day, whatever it may look like, whatever it may sound like, it may not be sounding good, but still I will do it. You will be able to do it because it's a message which you have given it to your mind. Many times, we may have experimented as well, right, Chetna? That whenever we sleep, we sometimes say to our mind that, hey, I would like to wake up at 5 a.m. Let me wake up at 5 a.m. No alarm required. It's a manifestation, it's a thought, it's the words which we've been using. So I think to answer your question, I would say that never say I don't have time. Say I have time. Never say I am busy. Say it's easy. Never say it's impossible. Say it's possible. And the other thing which I was referring, the people do have a fear like I don't have money. Well, how much do you know that the book cost you to publish? By the way, those who've been listening here, just to share the views here, that the Kindle online publishing is free. You just write it and publish it, self-publish free. Within a matter of 24 hours, your book will be available free of cost. But these thoughts will never come because people have been thinking, I don't have money, I don't have time. The thought, the words is affecting to achieve the success, to achieve writing a book. I think that is something which I would say, Chetna.
Yeah, Rajat, I think I completely agree to you what you are saying, and I also just want you to throw some light on the kind of techniques what people can use when it comes to manifestation or visualization. So, are there any techniques or any of your students have done it?
Absolutely, absolutely. See, this word visualization, I feel is very underrated also at times because we are all very intelligent people. We are all very logical, very intelligent, very highly educated people. Just to share with you, in our country, in our place, there is a thing called yogic kheti happening today, meditation farming, with the use of power of visualization and the meditation. They are not adding any medicines to the vegetables, resulting, and the result has been astonishing. It's like the vegetables are coming out in different color with a different taste. And same way, there is another experiment which I was reading where the experiment was conducted, and it was conducted by our president, late president APJ Abdul Kalam, where there was a experiment was reversal of coronary artery disease. People did meditation, people did visualization, people did use the thoughts, the power lifestyle, and 95% people recovered from the heart disease. And the coronary artery blockage disease was gone. So what I'm trying to say here is that this is so powerful visualization techniques, which is mostly been underrated only because we've been very highly educated. So what I do to answer your question is that I tell my students to write every day the gratitude writing. That I've been so lucky, I'm writing, I'm reading, and they use affirmations. So whenever there are affirmations, there is one affirmation which I always ask them to write, which is I am writing 500 words in a day today. So when you are reading it, telling it to your mind that I am reading 500 words in a day today, or whatever your average writing time, average writing words which you use, like I use 1,000 words a day, so I can write 1,000 words a day. You can always increase it to say 1,500 words a day as you grow, as you progress. So I think this is one very powerful affirmations, the use of affirmations which you can use when you read it. You are actually giving a signal to your mind. The thoughts are going over there, and the words coming out that way is always, it always works. Second thing which I tell them is that they need to put a sticker, a poster, a very simple poster, which is something that they put it near the bathroom mirror or the refrigerator door or the wardrobe door, wherever they've been continuously looking. And there they mention that, hey, I am an upcoming author. Start with this only, these 4 words. I am an upcoming author. After some days, when you will get the clarity, then say, I am an upcoming author on mindfulness, whatever topic clarity niche that you have got. Then after some days, you can say, I am a mindfulness author. I have written a book on mindfulness by this much time, in 3 months or 2 months. Mention that. Once you continue see that, again, it's kind of a signal that you've been giving it to your mind. You will never get that negative thoughts, negative words, which is the core, which is the by default how the minds are been set. But when they do see that, it changes. So I think power of affirmation, power of putting a post-it note, which is a visualization. And third thing I always say is that something which I did, Chetna, was that you feel like you are holding a book in your hand. You are holding a book in your hand, your book in your hand. This is something which I always used to visualize, that there is a time which is coming when I'm going to hold my book in my hand. Second thing was I'm giving autograph to people on the book. When I'm selling my book, when I'm giving my book, I'm putting an autograph on my book. And third thing, which was my visualization technique. I mean, I'm telling you mine. Everybody will have their own story and their vision and their mission. So I wanted to be a speaker, and I was telling that, hey, because I have written a book, I've become an author, I will get the speaking assignments and I'll be speaking at different forums. So all of these visualization techniques which I did use, this book Floating Happiness did come in my hand. So what I visualized, I do give autographs all the time, and I keep speaking at the different places all the time, Chetna. So
Okay, yeah, Rajat, there is a question from Vivek. He's asking, does writing help in healing and clearing blockages? I think I know that you have an answer for this. You had shared with me earlier also. Can you just answer to his question?
absolutely, absolutely, Vivek. Thanks a lot for asking that question. Writing absolutely helps you in healing and curing. Writing is a therapy. That's what I keep telling to people, that any of the therapy centers also that you go to, they ask you to write. They ask you to write a lot, everything about you. In fact, in any of the high profile trainings also, if you go to, very high profile, somewhere you have gone to some very nice hotel and have been doing, in that high profile trainings also, they ask you to write for hours and hours. You've been writing, and you're just crystallizing, and you're removing all the thoughts which have been there in your mind, like 84,000 thoughts which have been running in our mind every day basis. You have poured down that all of the thoughts on a piece of paper. Few days ago, Chetna and Vivek, I was talking to one of the 10th class student, and I was asking her that, hey, how are things with you? 10th class is a very tough board exam. Are you not a little worried? You don't you have any anxiety? Your exam's gonna come, because that's something which I have seen. And she said, no, it is easy. It is easy. And I wondered how. What are you been doing that you're telling that it's easy? One answer she gave me. She said, I write. Whatever
Oh.
thoughts I get, I just write. And it's not necessary to show what you have written to a lot of people. Just write it, whatever comes into your mind, just pour it down on a piece of paper, burn it, throw it, crumble it, or keep it as a personal diary. Every thought, every being of you, when you have really bring that out, it will help you cure you absolutely 100%. That's what I would answer, Vivek, to you.
Yeah, I think Vivek, you would have got the answer. Definitely, writing is a therapy, and writing is going to help. Is a healing part of yours. So, thank you, Rajat, and thank you, Vivek, for asking that question. So, my next question is like before I could ask question to Satish, I would like to say this quote which has been shared from Mahatma Gandhi. I think I would like to add one before and in between some changes, but it is the quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Always, I think your beliefs is what make you. It becomes your thoughts, and your thoughts gets into an actions, and your actions becomes your habits, and your habits become your character. Or I think before that, I can tell you your habits become the value system, and once you the most things which you value, it becomes your character, and ultimately your character decides your destiny. So it's a chain of things what is there behind the thought, be your belief system. So, Satish, I would like to ask you one question. What is your personal belief as far as mind or visualization using mind role? What is the mind role in when it comes to network marketing? There are two things. One is your personal
Thank you very
belief,
much.
and the second thing is the mind role
Yeah,
in network marketing.
sure. So actually, Chetna, Rajat, Chetna, Prema, all of you know that I have been on the self-exploration journey, especially because of the challenges that I faced with my previous two businesses.
True.
And 4 years ago, I started this journey, and I've been very fortunate to be having associated myself as a student, as a speaker, along with so many amazing coaches. Okay, and some of them I've learned from them. They are so amazing, and I've seen them for very close quarters. Okay, and one of them we all know very closely. He was associated with us also a few months ago. We even now we interact with him very closely. He's one of the big gurus in one of the space in the healing spaces now. I used to work with them, as to look at them, as to learn from them, and as to be spending a lot of time with them. But one thing which was all of them practiced and which was totally missing for me as far as I was concerned, because I had given some different tags to it, was the thing of mind, thoughts, and visualization. And for me, sometimes, I went through a journey of again reading some books, some other trainings, and all of that. Somewhere it hit me, that what we call visualization, what we call thoughts, what we call, like Rajat said, in terms of writing your thoughts and your affirmations and all of that, is all, or what you call meditation, is all the same. It's actually very, very important that you definitely occupy this space. I think few days ago I just put a poster on the social media, and that was the day I was just normally what I do is I look for quotes from people, and I just put it as with their name, of course, attributing it to them. I put the quotes, but this day I felt that there is a missing element of thoughts, visualization, which is there with most of the people, and we fail to see. I was so close to some of the gurus and some of the people that are now we are working closely with, and I can see, I can feel, I know they've told us so many times that this is the most important element. In fact, there are some leaders who are there. They have made, in fact, one of them I've interviewed last week, and one of them I interviewed him about last year. So they have made it their life's mission to tell people that they have to align their inner world and outer world. I know it, but I'm not practicing it. So when you give a tag to it, whether meditation, and then like Rajat said, I don't have time for meditation. You have all these inner thoughts and you have inner trail of self images that you have, which will stop you from doing that. But what you need to realize is that the most important part of your day, the most important part of your life, is the part of you sitting down in one place and manifesting things, and that can happen through the things, through your thoughts, through your visualization, through your meditations, and all of that. It's all the same actually. How you do it, it's up to you. From whom you learn, it's up to you. But all of these people, what these people teach is the same. It's leading to the same path and to the same goal.
Correct. So, but I think one more question, Satish. How do you silence those thoughts? So, because it's we are bounced with so many, I think, as Rajat will be always telling that 60,000 thoughts in a day. How do you silence that? Because that is the initial state, right? Like where we have, because if you have to just give a route to it, then how do you do that?
So for me personally, I do not make any attempt to silence my thoughts. Okay, if it is there, I just observe it and I do my routines which are required for me to get my thoughts aligned. Okay, so I have my method of a fixed time of the day, a fixed place in the house. If I am doing something with regards to my physical health, if I'm in a gym, then I have assigned time for doing my affirmations, doing my visualization in the gym as well, a place and a spot and the way I sit there. I've got those places which are fixed now. So it, irrespective of what thoughts I get, whether I have, if I have more time, then maybe I will do it in a lot of involvement and love and all of that. If I'm busy, I'll make it a point to still do it. So I have my days of the time in the day where I do my affirmations, visualization, and all of that, sitting in one place. And for one, so I cover various goals that I require. No, I have a habit of, like Rajat said, noting down. I just write for about 5 minutes, whatever comes to my mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I do. It doesn't matter for me what thought.
So any particular suggestions for network marketers?
Yeah.
Only anything relevant to that?
Sure. So like any other people who are looking for self-actualization, for creating impact in people's lives, they first need to work on themselves. And the only way to do it is through these techniques that are there, visualization, meditation, and all of that. So I think if you give, say, 8 hours in a day, for your working hours, and maybe they say that hardly 4 hours in a day is actually the time when you are really working. So if you decide that you're going to do 4 hours of work in a day, at least devote 15 minutes in a day for yourself to have this visualization, have these affirmations, have this method of writing down stuff that comes to your mind which you want to achieve, and what you want to, how you want to impact people's lives, all of that. Just do that as a discipline every single day. Try and do that. And if you miss out on a few days or a group of days, don't be harsh on yourself. Come back to it. That's it.
Okay, fine. I think this question is not relevant to the topic what we are discussing, but this question you would love to answer. I think I would want you to share something on the building the leadership team.
Oh, you're asking about
yeah.
So I tell you, in especially this business, actually what I'm doing, it resonates with me fully, because I actually love to work with people. And I'm not the typical hierarchical type, I don't like this thing. That's my personal style. I don't like this chain of command and, having a boss or a subordinate. I am not personally very, very comfortable with that style. Although I was in corporate world for 25 years, but my personality is such that I love to work with team players, and I like to be like buddies with them. I like to do that. So this business that I'm doing is actually fully in alignment with who I am. And especially in this business, it's very, very important that you guide the people in a way that they can be leaders in their own right. And everyone comes with their own baggages, their background, and their life journey. And everyone's, although it might look, for the outsider, it might look the same, but the life's mission, although they might be in the same business, might be different. There might be someone who might have gone through a personal health challenge. That person might be very passionate about doing the same business, but bringing in that element of health, trying to, they have improved their health, and they would improve all the other people's health who are just coming in contact with them. There might be someone like me who has struggled with business, who is passionate about making entrepreneurs stand up on their feet and give them all the knowledge and inspiration and guidance to see that they stand up on their feet and become far stronger leaders than who you yourself are. We want them to surpass you. So that kind of thing. There someone might come from a different angle. So there are different angles you can come from the same business. So it's very, very important that you build leaders, and only when you build leaders, you are actually creating a ripple effect in terms of your impact, because one or two people can't do much. And if everyone is looking for one or two people's guidance, it's not going to work. And all these techniques that we are talking about today, or all these thoughts that Rajat mentioned, is all towards empowering people with the important idea that anyone can achieve anything in today's life, especially today, because today the learning curve has dropped down drastically. Social media is there. You got access to all the best of teachers and now on the social media. So it's important that people understand that, believe that, and go on this path of visualization and ensure that they create impact on a lot of other people's.
Yeah, that's really simply superb, Satish. Because why I asked this was like majority of the people who are creating in the verge of creating the different leaders, because the thought process also has to get aligned with your team members. So it's a very important task. In fact, I have to tell. And thanks for your wonderful words. And my next question will go to our health educator, Miss Prema. So, Prema, how does thought influence and thought environment help you?
Sure, Chaitanya. To be frank, this is actually one of my favorite topics because thoughts actually remain in the atmosphere, and it becomes the energy of that place. Okay, so let's say maybe an example would help people to understand. So last year when I was going through a severe health condition, something painful, so you can understand, right? So when something we are going through which is painful, obviously you are irritated and frustrated and all the time in the painful mood. So what happens, obviously my atmosphere also is filled with pain, irritation and frustration, which becomes the energy of my entire house. So automatically, so my mother and husband who's living in the same house, instead of supporting me, what happens is they are also getting attracted to the same energy, because the house energy is filled with my energy. So they are also showing frustration, and they are also kind of getting irritated. And I end up thinking that when I'm going through pain, instead of getting support, why even they are getting into irritation or frustration mode. So the reason is because thoughts are so powerful, they remain in your environment, which means the energy of your house is filled with that. Similarly, when it comes to when they are in a bad mood, could be anything, not good with your health or in a bad mood, I don't get affected. Why? Because I am vibrating at a higher level of energy. So which helps me to isolate my energy from others. And this is possible because of my daily spiritual practices, mainly like meditation. So such practices really help. And it's good to be aware of the company that we keep and the environment that we are in. So the reason why I just explained the previous point, so that's why it's good to keep an eye on the environment as well as who you're spending time with, because you are an average of 5 people that you spend most of your time with automatically. And if you stay in a thought environment that is negative, that means you will come out negative. For example, if you take bath in a dirty water, we will come out dirty. So something similar to that. And negative influences can come from anything like movies, internet, and places like clubs, theaters, shopping centers, which can actually in some way or the other pull our mind down. Whereas places where people cultivate the higher thoughts, like ashrams, monasteries, churches, these things will actually uplift your mind. So that's why, and we have three. There are 3 contents of mind: thoughts, feelings, and actions. And if your thoughts, actions, and feelings are in alignment, you will definitely get results. Why? Because right thoughts and right efforts will inevitably bring about the right results. So if you, like Satish was mentioning, if you want to align your inner world and outer world, you need to bring alignment in your thoughts feelings and actions. Because example, most of us, what we do, we think something, we say something, and when it comes to putting it into action, we do something else. That is wrong. And if you are wondering why you are not getting results, that's exactly the reason. There is no alignment. You're thinking, when you decide something, a positive thinking, your feeling and your words should be in alignment with your thoughts. And then when you put it into action, it needs to be in alignment with your feelings, words, and the thoughts. And then definitely you're going to see the results. And that's how it works with your health as well.
So Prema, my next question is how a person can cultivate a habit to transform health.
Yeah, so again, I would like to share from my own personal experience, which has really helped me in transforming my personal health. And today, I'm able to help others achieve transformation of their health as well. So, number one reason is we all have heard success is 80% skill and 20% mindset. But if you want to cultivate good mindset with positive thoughts, then the easier way is to make sure you are following 80% healthy eating and 20% fitness. If you can make it 90% healthy eating and 10% fitness, nothing like it. And number two is meditation. Just like I was telling you, so when you get into see, now, if you are new, right? If you're a new person, new to meditation, who's never practiced meditation and you don't know how to start, just now I was telling you in the previous point, go to places where the energy levels are higher, so where the vibration is higher, like the ashrams and monasteries and churches and mosques. So all these places naturally have those higher vibrations. So you start with that practice, be regular in visiting these places. Then you slowly get into maybe recorded version of meditation, and then you will know how to progress. You just keep, then you go for a proper meditation live sessions regularly, and then one day you will achieve that the actual meditation of bringing that stillness or whatever. And the third thing is affirmations. Affirmations are very, very powerful. Let me tell you why. Okay, so I'd like to always. I mean, I keep giving this diabetes example. So today also I will give you the diabetes example. So now a person who has become diabetic has gone through deep sorrows and thinking there is no more sweetness left in life. So what that person can affirm every day or write it down in their gratitude journal is. So they can write it this way or they can affirm this way. This moment is filled with joy. I now choose to experience the sweetness of today. And that's the magic. It will, you just have to keep affirming this, and you have to keep writing down this. So if you, this is just one example I'm giving you. If you want to know more, right, so there is specific affirmations for any kind of situation, for any kind of pain, for any part of your body. And if you want to know more about it, you will have to read this book called You Can Heal Your Life, written by Louise Hay. You just browse you can heal your life, you will find it, even if you don't remember the author's name. Because the mind is everything, Chetana. What we think is what we become.
True.
And we are literally what we think, because thoughts actually builds our character. And our character is nothing but the complete sum of all our thoughts. Mind has the potential to make a sick person healthy and make a healthy person into sick person. Nothing is more potential than the mind. So you can literally create your desired health through your positive thoughts. You think you are strong, strong you become. You think you are weak, weak you become. And similarly, think you are healthy, healthy you become.
True, true. Wow, wonderful. This thing. I think you close with some nice words, Prema, always. So it's very nice to hear from you, and thanks for sharing such wonderful insights. And I think Vivek had asked here one question that he loves watching war and fight movies. Even I love Vivek. I like all this investigation, Mission Impossible action movies. So it's I from my perspective, how I look at it, Vivek, is again just now what I shared is your belief. When we convert, because we have been told that war and all these things, it's a negative thing. We have been imbibed with these thoughts from childhood, right? So don't how you connect with those kind of things. See where what is your belief system, which is telling the first thing. And I look at how when I watch these movies, action movies, I see that what is the next step, what they're going to take, or what is that next fight, or how is that they're doing it. See, it depends on your perception on how you receive the movie, and the major hit is starts from your belief system, because all of us have been told when it is war fighting, it is so much of negativity, you'll get into it, all that stuff. But if you delete that, if you just try to come out, remove that belief system, and then you start seeing the movie in a way that, okay, what is that I'm going to learn from this movie? Or if it is any because my favorite is I always watch Mission Impossible, so that's my one of my favorite movies, and I always see that how they act, how they come out with the thing. So it's a very wonderful way, and it's each individual's perception, and just have a check on the belief system, which I believe, Vivek, I think, I hope it gives you some kind of insights for you.
Okay, I
Okay.
think his question is after watching, he feels he does feel a negative change. What can he do? So, Vivek, like I was telling you, it's always good to raise your energies. You keep vibrating at your higher level of energies, and that comes when you start with healthy eating. That's why I was telling you, if you can take care of 80% of nutrition in order to build that 20% of mindset, where 80% is skills in order to succeed in anything. So when you take care of your healthy eating, your mind is taken care, and with all these practices that we are sharing with you, so automatically you will always be vibrating at a higher energy, and then that will help you to balance these things. So maybe tonight you watched a war movie and then you feel like you are in a negative mode. I mean, you can just sit for a few minutes, do your meditation, do something, and then again next morning you do your regular meditation. You're going to be absolutely fine. It's all about how we take it. And the other thing, personally, what I would like to tell you now, when you watch movies, there are a lot of learning even in movies. Don't think that a war movie is negative. See the war movie also in a positive way. It is like, warriors are fighting for something, right? So we all are fighters in life in something or the other. Somebody fights for health, somebody fights for money, somebody fights to become successful in business. So you can see that way. There is a lot of learning in every movie. So when you sit itself, like so we all have been sharing, right? Rajat says have that positive intention or positive thought. Say that I'm going to write 500 words every day. So just before sitting in the movie, say that, okay, I'm going to take every positive learning from this movie possible today, and you will just watch. Only positive will get into your mind. I hope that
Thank
helps.
you. Yeah, I got it.
I have my 2 cents as well here, Chetna and Prema. I think it would be worth doing an experiment, Vivek, that as you have been watching the movies, the war movies, and you do feel that after watching it, you do see a negative change. Just try maybe 1 week, only watch funny movies, romantic movies, some light music movies. Just do an experiment and see it affect you. Does it also bring a negative change or a positive change? See, the thing why I've been saying it to you, this is it's not easy to get this right thoughts or good thoughts. We've been telling here thoughts create reality, but hardly people get the positive thoughts. I mean, everybody get the negative thoughts. Why? Because we've been conditioned like that. We've been brought up like that. We've been reading some of the newspapers who have all the negative news. I used to love reading newspapers where there is this crime has happened, or that ballot paper has been taken by some another politicians. All that news which is absolutely negative. But that's how we've been conditioned like that. So what I'm saying is just do a radical experiment once a week, just in a week only. Watch 5 movies. And I can tell you from my experience, last 5 days, Chetna, Prema, and Vivek, I've been watching movies like, Dil Chahta Hai, Three Idiots, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, Chichore. This is my sequence of movies. And when I wake up, after watching that movie, I feel so good because I need to work on myself. These positive thoughts will not come just like, anybody give it to you or inject you or give it like a vaccine. It will never come like that. We ourselves have to work on that. We need to condition, we need to remove that condition. Something that has happened to me. That's what I've been saying that, hey, why don't you experiment it and see if that works for you as well? Now I don't read newspaper at all, because I've understood it. It took me some time. So that's 2 cents from my side as well. As you've been hearing Chetna Prema on the very good question you have asked, Vivek.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rajat. I think there is one more person who has joined just now, Shankar Kulkarni. So if you're there, then I think, yeah, Shankar. Welcome, Shankar, who is a stock trading coach.
We need some entertainment, some fun. We were missing you. Tell us some good joke.
There is nothing called a good joke. So if you can laugh without a good joke, that itself is like nirvana. So that you can take this as a joke or as a message, whatever it is. But
yeah,
on a serious note, when we can laugh at ourselves, that's the best fun that we can have. And you can laugh at your failures. There's nothing like it. Okay. And when you can laugh at your own challenges, when you encounter like a deadlock, right? When you cannot move, okay, typically we go down completely and we feel like, my God, kya hua abhi? Just reverse that situation and see what will happen. And also think from all the imagination and the things that we're talking about. Is this problem that I'm going through, is this challenge that I'm going through, is it so important after 5 years? Because we look at our current problem with a magnifying glass currently, but in the longer scheme of things, probably they're not that worrisome. So that's a quick thing that I can probably add. But all the amazing sharings, I could not join on time. Amazing.
That's I can completely understand. I think you had one more session and you had to complete that and rush here, but still you could make it up. But that's a great thing, Shankar. So welcome once again. And my first question to you is, what should be the right thought process for making profits in stock market?
Wow, what a question, Chitna, because very few people ask me about the thought process to make profits in stock market. They always ask me strategies, and that's why I have a reservoir of strategies. Okay. So in fact, I keep giving them in my classes. Okay. Somebody asks for options writing strategy. Okay. If somebody asks for options buying strategy, yeah, this is what you indicate right now. But very few people ask me, how should I think to use this tool? Because the strategies, the software is a tool, and we need to master how to use that tool. We should not become a slave to the tool, but if we can master the tool and not the other way around, that's when the magic lies, that's when the miracle lies. And that's why I have also named my class as Morning Market Miracles. Okay, in the sense, how can you work on yourself to create miracles in your life? That's an amazing thing, and I'm very, very happy that you can actually create miracles, provided you can work on yourself. Then you can work on the tool set, then heart set, soul set, mindset. Okay, Robin Sharma, I'm stealing from Robin Sharma. So only my good friends understand. Yeah, but once you do that, magic can really unveil, and miracles can unveil. So a lot of us want miracles, but we don't believe in miracles. So the interesting thing is, Rajat, okay, all of us want miracles in our life. The question is, how many of us believe in miracles? Miracles can only happen to you if you believe in miracles. Okay.
So nice. Chapter. Loved it. So true.
Thank you.
So true. Yeah. So liked. Yeah. A lot of us want miracle, though many people do not believe in miracle. That's what. Wow.
Shankar, my question is how to ensure that I start believing that I start believing in miracles.
how can you start believing in miracles? Is it?
Yeah, you told that everybody wants miracles, but nobody believes in miracles. But how
Okay.
can I?
The very fact that if somebody is listening to our talk, it's a miracle. Isn't it a miracle that they are situated somewhere there? No, no. I mean, let's accept this. Okay,
Correct.
let's accept what we are currently in, right? So Satish is in Rajajinagar, somebody else is in somewhere else, but aren't we connected? Aren't we talking? If you
Yeah.
don't call this as a miracle,
Yeah.
okay, but how can I help you with? I mean, no.
Yeah.
When Prema talks about health, it directly hits me here, and she's not looking at me. I know, okay. And Prema talks about the life, health, and fitness. It directly comes and hits me. Isn't that not a miracle that somebody is trying to create miracles in my life through their messages?
Agree to it.
Okay. So this first is to start. So I say this another system, right? The fastest way to achieving freedom is to realize what you already have.
Yeah.
The fastest way to achieve miracles is to look at the miracles that are already there in your life, because the more you look at what you have, the more you are eligible to get more of what you can have.
Great.
So
Great.
I'm getting this energy from the previous session that we had with one of my mentor. I actually got him to speak for my inner circle, and it was a magical session. So I'm deriving my energy from there and trying to share it with everybody who's watching this. By the way, if you are
Yeah.
watching this, let me first tell you, you are a miracle in itself. This technology is a miracle. All of us bonding together, trying to do this is a miracle. So once you believe in this, the second miracle is easy. This miracle, as you rightly asked, Chetna, is a good question. This is something that we don't want to somehow, because we want the next miracle. For example, next miracle in my life is say 100 crores. When that happens, my next miracle is already ready.
Yeah. Got it. True, son. Shankar, my next question is like, does visualization work? What are your thoughts on it?
Hell yeah. I mean, I wish it didn't work, but it works. Because if it works, then I have to do visualization. If it didn't work, then I would have skipped it. So it works. The reason is it's all about your mind and brain connection, coherence, your heart coherence, your mind coherence, and all about your pictures, because we only think in pictures. So if I say fire, what comes to your mind? Does water come to your mind or fire comes to your mind? Only fire comes to your mind, right? So we think in pictures. So visualization is nothing but a movie or a picture. Why are we so emotional? Why do you cry in a movie, Chetna?
Yeah, when
Or whether, okay? Don't we cry and laugh for emotional stories? Don't we get connected?
Yes.
So that's the power of visualization. That's the power of okay. Another thing is your mind cannot conceive whether what's happening real or what's happening is in future. If you can train your mind to see the future in the present, it will in turn start sending your body the signal to be that future. Okay, I know I'm talking all the advanced topics. I'm not sure if this is if this is a part of the fortune talk, but that's how it is.
Okay. So how does it work in stock market also?
Hell yes, it works. It works 100% of the time, because and there is a creative way of doing a visualization. And when we do visualization, we probably only think of success. Okay, some of the visualizations that I have gone through is only success visualization. But I say, when I make people do visualization, I make them through the hurdles and crossing the hurdles and then reaching the destination. Okay, so once you do it in a scientific way, it definitely works. And all the more true in stock market, your wealth creation, and your fortune changing journey. It's very much a very integral part. And yeah, very much integral part. So I was shocked to see myself visualizing on the screen completely. So yeah, it works, Chetna. It works, definitely it works. And I've tried this in the last week itself, and people have been getting amazing results.
Yes, thanks, Shankar, for that. I think most of you have given such a valuable insights on how thoughts can create your destiny with varied aspects of authoring, network marketing, and health, and when it comes to stock trading also. So it is like a combination. And I would like to share my views also onto it. So I like.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, asking you, Chetna, that you need to share your thoughts, that how the thoughts have created your destiny. So, what are your thoughts on design? How what all things actually has helped design your destiny? What you have been doing. So, if you could share your thoughts also to the audience, that would be amazing, Chetna.
Yeah, Rajat, thanks. Again, see about I was like most of you have covered the general major aspect of it when it comes to the thoughts. Again, I would like to reiterate from my point of view how I look at the things. Like as we all, it comes from our belief system. Whatever belief system we have, that the thoughts are also in align with that belief system. So, and once your thoughts comes, that is the next step is you start feeling, you start generating the emotions towards it. The kind of thoughts, whether it is positive or negative, whatever thoughts it's coming, or any neutral thoughts, whatever thoughts you have, you start generating that kind of feelings and emotions. And once you feel that emotions, I think as Shankar was telling, when you get emotional, we start acting on it, right? So the next is whether we like it or don't like it, we become emotional and we start acting on those emotions. And in fact, we start focusing on that, and then later on, we start taking that actions towards it, right? So once we act, whether it is negative or positive, your destiny is designed. So that's how the thoughts, it starts from your belief system and it ends with your destiny. So, how the words create your world, similarly, our thoughts create our destiny. I tell it designs our destiny. In fact, it's not decides, but it designs your destiny. And the power is there within you. You have the power to design your destiny, and beware of your thoughts, what you are thinking or throughout the day, or when you're awake or when you're sleeping. And the second aspect I would like to share is Rajat, the clarity of thought. See, that is one thing which is very important, and I always emphasize whenever I get the chance that clarity is power. So, clarity of thought is also power. And clarity of thought, how it will come is the thing which you shared just now, I think just 10-15 minutes before, is by penning it down. Pen down what all thoughts you have, write it down. So that's where when you get more clarity on what exactly you want to do. So clarity of thought is one of the thing which plays a very vital role when it comes to designing your destiny. So I think
So,
and most of you have shared about the techniques. I think about affirmations. I think rather affirmations I would like to call the declarations, because you have to declare that this is what I am. So affirmations, meditation, and visualization. And I think there are 2, 3 more things which you guys told. These are the techniques to set align your thoughts. But my dear friends, along with that, the very important aspect is this is to just to calm your mind and to stay focused. But the major part is in your action. You have to take action with whatever practices you're doing. These practices help you to stay calm, stay aligned with whatever you want to do. But without action, those things will not be useful. So you have to practice plus action is your result. What I can say.
amazing, amazing, Chetna. Really, really resonate to your thoughts. When you said, right, the clarity of thought is so important. And when Shankar mentioned that the fastest way to achieve freedom is to first find out what you have. You know, I was reading a book yesterday. The book is Psychology of Money. In that, there was one line which actually really hit me. When there was an exercise which was given to us, that let's have a clarity that what is enough for you, what is enough for you. Many times we keep running, keep running, keep running, keep taking circles, keep going. We don't ponder, we don't give a clarity of thought in our own mind, our own view, that okay, this is enough for me. So I think there are sometimes you need to think on that sort of thoughts as well. And I really love the way Shankar said that the fastest way to achieve freedom is first find out what you really have. Many a times we just continue running and do not really know that why are we been running as well. And there are some of the things which we've been missing because we've been running on one direction. So I think I could resonate so well when you said clarity of thought and when Shankar shared about the miracle, the freedom miracle here. So thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you all once again. I think before we could wind up, I just want each individual's final thoughts. So you can just all of you unmute and say what is that one final message you would love to share. Rajat.
Yeah, so my message will be like, as you have been hearing everyone here, that this thing called thoughts, guys, really works, huh? So better you really watch good thoughts. Thoughts do become reality. Thoughts give the feelings, thoughts give the great health, it brings the great relationships. And when the thoughts are written on a piece of paper, you become a great writer. So that is what I would say. Chetna.
Thank you, Satish.
Yeah, so 100% works like Rajat said, and irrespective of which field you intend to create an impact in people's lives, irrespective of which field you want to create impact, this is the only way and the only route. And important thing to note is that whenever you have thoughts, thoughts which are taking you towards a particular journey or a particular path, that thought is actually like a magnetic field. Okay, and the feelings that you get with those thoughts, for example, if I say we are going to impact so many people's lives with this technology or with this work that we're doing, okay, that is a thought. That's like it's creating a magnetic field. It's creating electric field. Actually, it's creating electric field. The electromagnetic. It's like electromagnetic stuff. Okay. So when you have this thought, it inspires me. Okay. When it inspires me, it's actually sending out some signals in the universe. And when I feel good about it, and I feel motivated about it, and when I wake up in the morning with that spark, with that energy, and I can that I'm going to help people now today, impact them with this, whatever I'm doing, right? So that's creating a magnetic field around me. So automatically the people who will be coming close to us, working with us, will all be aligned towards this electromagnetic field that we're creating. So whatever all of us share, like Shankar, Rajat, Prema, and Chetna, all the visualization is important because the thought, the feeling that you get with the thought, the inspiration or whatever, all of that will help you to go towards your goal.
Oh, great. Thanks, Satish. And Prema, what would you like to share?
So if you are always with positive thoughts, if you're thinking positive, you will be attracting positivity. So think that you are healthy and you will actually become healthy.
Okay, that's great. Shankar?
So yes, I mean, unknowingly knowing, thinking about something, why don't you convert that unknowing to knowing? So that should be the journey.
Your Shankism always rocks, Shankar.
Shankism rocks, is it?
I think if you have to impact, influence, and leave a life of your own legacy, then feed positive thoughts in your mind. So that's from my end, and I would like to thank each one of you.
What
and
your closing thoughts, Chetna? What is your closing thought before we wind up?
Yeah, that's what I just now shared. If you have to impact, influence, and leave a life of your own legacy, then start feeding right thoughts to your mind.
Awesome.
Thank you all, and we'll meet to catch up next week, next Sunday. See you at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you all
Have
next
good
week.
thoughts. Good evening. Thank you, everyone.
All of you.